Okay, so we're at day 410. Welcome. How are things going? Slightly overcast, but been absolutely boiling up until 20 minutes ago, half hour, with no clouds in the sky at all. So, Paul Men are here, making an impact on the tiling. We're still trying to source somebody that's going to be doing the plastering of the Paul in the blue. So fingers crossed we'll source that individual. Product goes on exactly the same as plaster, stroke diamond bright. But as I said in the past, it does cure quicker, so I think it frightens a few people off. But we're certainly looking to get that started this week, so I think it's going to run into next week. But the tiling is going down as we speak, so I'll show you that in a second. And then we're also clearing that downstairs, sorting out the wood. So we're looking to sell all of the shuttering and second-hand timber that we have downstairs. So let me quickly show what's going on. So the guys finished off this level here, which they nearly did yesterday. And now I've got this little edge in here as well. We do have the issue with the corner here because of obviously how it landed up meeting, which we would have changed. Now we know what we know. These are obviously down today as well, so we've got this one down. This is the corner that we're contending with. Because this tile didn't come over far enough, we had to come with this little jagged cut in the corner here, as you can see. And that's now having a knock-on effect to the next set of tiles. And the further down it goes, the worse it gets. So what we're thinking about doing is cutting off to this line here, all the way along, and putting a square piece right in here. So that's probably what we're going to land up doing. So not perfect, but that's unfortunately what happens when you start being very symmetrical. What they would have done normally is started at this corner and got that right, and then gone that way, done that corner and come this way, and then maybe put a thinner tile in the middle. So anyway, we'll see how that looks. But say the guys are actually getting all the way down here, so most of this is actually grouted in and done as well, so it all looks good. Nice grout lines. And obviously the LEDs we keep talking about will arrive at some stage, and they should slot into there, fingers crossed, as long as there's no mortar in the holes, obviously. So, again, this would normally be done last, but I think at the moment they're just trying to make up for the time whilst they source somebody that's going to undertake the plastering inside here. Really what we need is some form of cover to go over the pool to give us the time needed for it to go on and cure. Obviously if we don't do that, then it's going to land up curing very quickly, and then we're going to have the same sort of finish as the trough, which is obviously not what they're looking for quality wise. So anyway, that's where we are so far. We've also under budgeted on the tile front as well, so we're just going to go and get some more tiles. I think we're about 3 boxes short. I think that's because obviously one, the corner cuts we're doing, and maybe they didn't allow for the percentage cut. Normally they allow about 10 to 20% in case there's any damaged or you know, miscut tiles. So he's just going to go get another 3 boxes, and only 3 tiles in a box. So yeah, probably about 12 tiles short. So that's where we are so far. Downstairs we're sorting out the wood. Hopefully that's going to get taken next week. Other than that, that's where we are. So I'll upload the video from yesterday today. Hopefully you'll see that. And we'll get this one complete with some up-to-date photos later on to show you what's been done. So fingers crossed it's going to look great. It's certainly starting to come together, that's for sure. I think you'll agree. Fingers crossed. Okay, welcome, 2:30. Slight dilemma on the corner. As I explained in the video just a minute ago, we've actually had to try and put the corners slightly off because of trying to centralise the tiles on this side. So we're now in the corner, and as I showed you just a minute ago, the corners are slightly off. So we have 2 options, we have a number of options, but the 2 real ones on the table are 1 square tile in, scored, and left in this corner here, which means this pencil line you're seeing doesn't exist. But that makes it look as if it's a square in the corner. Or do we continue this line scored down and across to make it look as if this is tiles coming down and across? It does mean that this corner won't look so well because you're going to have a score mark here and then a score mark here. That will be the positive to it. It will look like it's coming around. The negative to it is, I think mainly that, number 1, this won't come down to this line, because obviously if you draw a line to here, it's going to come across. So the line will be about here. So So that will be the negative to it. And 2, you won't lose this cut mark here. So it won't look as if this is a tile and that is a tile because of this cut mark here. But it will make it give you the impression that this is coming across and across, joining here. So, what's everyone's thoughts? Comments below will be greatly appreciated. I think by the time you see the comments, or you've written the comments, and I've seen them, we've already done it. My gut feel, I think, is to score the tile, to make it look as if the actual tile is coming down and across, with that little square bit cut in the middle, I think. And that side will be very similar. It won't be exactly the same because the percentage mark over there is a little bit smaller. So, where we have that, we're going to have something similar over here, but it won't be as aggressive because this is smaller. So anyway, at least from here we are centered. That's the main thing. However, we are going to have to do scoring. That is the best option, I think. There to there. So I'll show you once it's done. Okay, so we're 20 past 5 and we're finishing for the day. Everyone's gone. Sun has gone down already. Sorry I missed that sunset view, boys and girls. But I think you agree, it looks pretty awesome. Okay, so boys have made a good impact today. Fair play to them. So this corner's landed up like that. Oh no, what they're doing? I think they've tried to cut it in place. No, that's not what we meant. Dope. I meant as in go from there to there. Darn. Okay, we'll have to look at that tomorrow. Worst case scenario, we'll dig that tile back out again. Okay, but anyway, this side's all been done all the way down. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. All the tiles are still going off, so I'm not going to stand on too many of them. Guys done a great job. And then obviously this will be sanded off and this will be plastered from here all the way down to here in the same colour as the trough. Okay. We obviously had a bit of a nightmare with these corners, but there's not a great deal they can do with them, bless them, so good job done under the circumstances, but we should have maybe cut all of this out before we tiled, because that's all going to have to come off. So we'll get that rectified. They've got down to here, but I have started on the corner here, so as you can see the corner's slightly different. But it has got a little bit more of a recess here, which is ugly, but there's nothing you can really do. And then we'll have to do the same thing in that corner there as well. So we'll run this tile all the way up to the end, all the way across, and then probably just fill that little bit in there, I would have thought. I don't think I'm going to bother with doing what we've done on the other one, that's for sure. But again, the guys have got most of it down here as well, so this has all been laid, so they obviously just need to get some more tiling into here. And then just finish off the very end here. Same thing, sand down, plaster all the way across, front and back. And also I've got to try and decide where I'm going to be putting the pool electronic equipment. We do have conduits going from here through the underneath the pool over to here. So I am considering, rather than putting the electronics in here, I'm thinking about, is there a way that I can actually connect from there over to here and extend it into potentially the living area, so taking it through this wall into the house and having everything that's electronic out of the elements and the salt air. If we put them in there, obviously they're going to have a shelf life, and on top of it you have the wireless connection potential issues. So I'm thinking about if there's a way of trying to get a controlling cable going from the actual pumps and the heat exchangers in here through the underground into here, with a view to then taking it through to here as well. That might work. There is already a conduit from here inside, but it's at the middle of the house on that column, which unfortunately I can't have the electronics, but we may be able to continue this trunking all the way along and punch through and put it inside. So I'll talk to the pump and pool guys about that, see what they recommend. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm not too sure how they're getting on with finding somebody to do the blue inside, but that's going to be the next stage. So I think that's anything that's going to hold things up. But anyway, I think you'll agree it's starting to look pretty cool. That's pretty much us for the day. I'm checking out now as we speak. I will check in with you guys bright and breezy tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the video from today, and I'll upload this one as and when I can. Have a good evening. Take care.